Today, I will be educating you all on a topic that has been a giant problem not only in the United States but around the world for many years, and that is domestic violence. In 2008, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published data that they had collected and reported that on average more than 3 women a day were murdered by their husbands or boyfriends in the United States for that year. That is a total of 1,181 women murdered due to domestic violence. Although I have never personally been a victim of domestic violence, I have friends that to this day still struggle with this problem. I am sure that each and every single one of you has at least known or maybe still knows a person that has struggled with domestic violence. Maybe a friend, your sister, cousin, your mom, or maybe even going through it yourself. There are 5 major types of domestic abuse, and they are physical, sexual, emotional, financial, and identity abuse. Today, I will be talking about the 3 that are most common, which are physical abuse, sexual abuse, and emotional abuse. The first type of domestic abuse I will be talking about today is physical abuse. Physical abuse occurs when the partner intends to enhance his powers and control over his wife or girlfriend. If the wife or girlfriend is fearful of the abuser, or if she modifies her behavior as a response of the assault or potential assault, then this is definitely considered to be physical abuse. Some of the signs of physical abuse are hitting, beating, choking, pushing, slapping, kicking, pulling hair, biting, punching, shoving, or kicking. Also, throwing or threatening to throw objects, or threatening to use a weapon against the victim. Physical abuse can also be used against children, and according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 15.5 million children in the United States live in homes in which physical abuse occurred at least one time in the previous year, and 7 million children live in homes in which severe physical abuse between his parents occurs. The second type of domestic abuse I will be talking about today is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is any forced or coerced sexual act behavior motivated to acquire power and control over the spouse. It is not only forced sexual contact, but also contact that demeans or humiliates the partner and instigates feelings of shame or vulnerability, particularly in regards to the body and sexual performance. Some of the common examples of sexual abuse are unwanted touching, demeaning remarks about the partner's body or appearance, berating the wife or girlfriend about her sexual history, using force or roughness that is not consensual, including forced sex, which is considered to be rape. Many times, the victims tend to think that because they are in a relationship or they are married to the partner, that rape is not possible. But it doesn't matter. If the sex is not consensual, it is rape. And according to the United States Justice Department's Bureau of Justice statistics, they show that there were 248,300 rapes or sexual assaults reported in the United States in the year 2008. That is more than 500 rapes a day, and sadly, this number continues to grow each year. The third and last type of domestic abuse I will be covering today is emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is any use of words, voice, or action that is used to control or hurt, demean the partner. Emotional abuse typically includes ridicule, intimidation, or coercion. Verbal abuse usually is included in this category. This type of abuse is more difficult to define and to identify than other types of abuse. At some time in their relationship, almost all couples say or even shout things that they later regret. Emotional abuse, however, is repeated hurtful exchanges with disregard to the partner's feelings aimed at gaining power. Emotional abuse is present in almost all relationships where physical abuse occurs, and it can have serious and long-term consequences for the partner, like eroding their self-esteem and confidence, as well as instilling feelings of hopelessness. Behaviors of emotional abuse include verbal threats, demeaning the partner in front of friends, family, or maybe even strangers, name-calling and the use of abusive language, and constant criticism or humiliation. In conclusion, I hope that with the information I have given you in the last few minutes over the three most common types of domestic violence, which are physical abuse, sexual abuse, and emotional abuse, I have been able to maybe help you realize that someone you know, or maybe even yourself, are stuck in a relationship in which you are a victim of one of these types of abuse. Thank you.